An Australian team behind a new fabric blending premium cotton and low-value wool hopes it can revitalise domestic clothing manufacturing. The Mud to Marle project, a collaboration between scientists, farmers and the fashion industry, hopes to shake up textile production here. Mariel Chamberlain is the project's lead and joins us now from Brisbane. Mariel Chamberlain, welcome. So what prompted you to develop this fabric?
Well, this was something that we'd been talking about for a little while, and really the opportunity came from the Country Road Fund coming out, the Country Road Climate Fund, where we saw that there was some money available that we could pilot an idea. What would happen if we could use traditional ingredients but put them together in a novel way so that we could have as low impact fabric as possible, but also make something that was both awesome from a properties point of view, optimising the use of both cotton and wool's natural properties, and also something that would be lovely.
Okay, so describe the fabric for us. How's it different to what's been created before?
Well, in many ways it's not. We've made a jersey, like a t-shirt fabric, and we've made some wovens, but what's different is the way we've put the fibres together, and we actually dyed the wool before we spun the yarn. And again, that's not unusual in itself, but cotton and wool aren't normally spun together because they're really different fibre lengths. But by using the Equals shorter wool, which is ready to spin on cotton machinery, but also working with Loomtex in Geelong, we dyed just the wool, which meant we took a lot of water and energy out of the footprint of making the fabric, rather than waiting to dye it once it was fabric. So then we had a look at doing it together to create that fabric.
Are there limitations with colour?
A little bit, because we only dye 30% of the fibre, but we're actually really pleased with the range of colours that we got. So they are a little bit muted, but actually the shades that we got were a really nice range, a little bit deeper than we expected. So that was a really nice surprise as part of the project exploration.
And how widely is it being used already?
I'm afraid it's just at pilot stage because we don't have commercial spinning here in Australia. So that's the limitation on us bringing a lot of things to market that we could do in a really novel way, collaborating with growers and the fabric mills that are still here.
Yeah, so none being made in Australia right now. Are you hoping that you can change that?
Yeah, that would be amazing. I've spent quite a bit of time looking at what it would take to bring spinning back to Australia, and it absolutely is possible. I was in Europe last year looking at best practice for spinning and fibre recycling, and there definitely is a case to do it. I think we just have to treat it a bit like we treat some of our other industries. We grow and export grain raw, and we can also bake bread. I think we can do the same with textiles too, do a bit of each.
And what about cost? How does this fabric compare in terms of cost with other products?
Well, it would be pretty similar in cost if we made it here as it would be for 100% cotton, but it would be cheaper than 100% wool, but you have to scale it to get that cost down. The ingredients alone aren't the cost. You've also got batch sizes and minimum quantities, but in a sense it doesn't need to cost more than current ways of manufacturing. We just don't need to use synthetics to get natural stretch by putting the wool and the cotton together.
And in terms of the manufacturing sector here in Australia, isn't it it's almost impossible compared to the wages that people are paid in parts of Asia?
Well, I think we need to stop thinking that it's just about the wages, to be honest.
Yep.
When it comes to things like spinning, it's now really sophisticated, it's automated, and it actually doesn't take many people to do it. So it's just a case of deciding where we want to put it, power it by renewable energy, and decide to get on with it. The wages myth when it comes to anything before the actual garment manufacture, it just really doesn't stack up. You don't really need many people at all now. It's advanced manufacturing, just like lots of other sectors.
Okay, Mariel Chamberlain, good luck with it, and thanks so much for talking to us from Brisbane.
Thank you.